Yo, this French dude is bored out of his mind planning this wedding. Just look at this.
You know what destination we go to?
Any of these places will be fine for me. It's more, you know, the one you're gonna choose.
Okay. Alright, so then this is what I was thinking. I think this is so pretty. I love this dress. Do you like that?
Yeah.
You seem like bored by this.
Mm-hmm.
No, I mean, it's a girl thing.
But it's your wedding.
Yeah, but it's a girl thing. You know, dress, flower. I mean, I like it.
Okay.
But it's more something you should. I mean, no. I'm gonna ask Jason on bread which flower I should get.
Yeah.
You know what I
Jason
mean?
picks out all the stuff in his house.
But it's a decoration.
Yeah, decoration for, and this is a decoration for our wedding.
Yeah, but it's a girl stuff. A wedding, right? I mean, you know what I mean?
I would like you to be interested.
I guess I wouldn't. I would prefer you to choose.
So I'll just pick like neon purple and blue and stuff like that to go to the wedding. You're totally cool with that.
Wonder if it's that's what you want.
I love this guy, man. I love this guy. This guy's so cool, man. Like we're best friends from now on. We're like this. We're like this. Because you can tell, like this woman pretty much is like winning from the lottery. Like you can tell, it's in a weird way. It's kind of like the roles are reversed in this relationship. Because he's pretty much like, oh, I don't know, you pick. No, you pick. You do whatever you want. It's just, I mean, like you can tell that they're pretty much incompatible about like what they want from this wedding. Because he's like, I don't really care. I mean, it's your thing. It's not really my thing. So he's pretty much doing it like out of habit rather than as an actual commitment to this person. And I was just thinking that it's funny because I think in 2020, no, like high value male would marry a 30-year-old woman who's a single mom. I think that's because the guy's French, so I think he's just not really aware with the red pill knowledge and what people are trying to teach him through, you know, the manosphere channels that you have on YouTube. And yeah, I was just kind of thinking that I don't think any other man, like even if it's a guy in his 40s or 50s, I don't think they would want to marry a woman at that age, because it's just why would they marry a woman who's after her prime? They would probably go for women who are maybe in their 20s, perhaps early 30s, but I don't think they would actually want to get married. So I think that's one of those traditional things that I think the people from other countries or maybe the older generations, they kind of have this strange thinking of relationships that how they used to be before, and that's just no longer the case.
I need to plan the wedding.
Maybe until you're ready to help plan a wedding, you should get married.
Why?
Do you even want to still get married?
Yes, I know.
Or you just don't want to plan it?
No, I just don't think that should be me planning the wedding.
So you think it should just be me? As
No.
busy as I am, you think I should just add this on my plate too?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying it's a girl thing, and then
Fine.
All right. So a couple points there. First of all, you can tell she acts very entitled. Like, I'm supposed to add this onto my plate, but it's pretty much he's doing this for her. It's not like he wants to get married because he wants to get married. And I would have to say that he is kind of at fault here too, because why would he ask her to marry him if he pretty much feels like it's whatever? So I think to him, I don't think he actually thinks of this as a big commitment. I think he's just like, yeah, it's kind of like a party, like we're gonna get married. It doesn't bother him. And you can kind of tell that he's not really and don't get me wrong, this could be an actual like cultural thing, because I mean he's French guy from France, and I think people from Europe and from America, maybe they just have a different approach. I mean, I'm pretty sure that here where I'm from in Bulgaria, the majority of guys probably would react the exact same way. They're like, this is a woman thing, I don't want to have to plan the wedding, I don't care what you do, pick whatever you want. And I think that's a very European thing maybe. And I think perhaps she was expecting that he'll be more invested into the wedding, but that's just not how he is. So I feel like she's kind of trying to rush him and force him into like making this his day too, but I don't think he cares about this as much. So I don't know, give me your comments below. I really don't know how this is gonna go, but I think eventually they're probably not gonna go through with it. I just wanted to give you a side note. I just saw that the biggest house that they have for $40 million, the commission on it was like $1.2 million. So what the fuck am I doing music and podcasts for? Let's become real estate agents. Let's do it. Let's do it. Call Oppenheimer Group right now. It's ORLI ANROW, music producer slash part-time worker. You guys hiring? No experience? Oh, sure. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Hey, so a little bit of a toxic behavior here. I wanted to show you this.
Huge. I didn't want to not show up and cancel. I thought that would look worse.
Well, that would be worse.
Yeah.
Obviously, I'm glad that you showed up. My concern is that, one, him not showing up. Two, I haven't met his client. I haven't seen proof of funds. I don't really know that much about his client.
You know, I will try to get that because I also want to know so I don't look stupid.
I just always like to be over-prepared.
Yeah.
I like to have the answer to every question before I go into
And
any situation.
I think, like, you know, working with you, you've taught me that, and I need to be better about that.
I don't need you to just be prepared. I need you to be overly prepared all the time.
Okay.
This is a huge listing for him, so he has to be careful. I get that. But like I said to him, you met Brandon, you trust Brandon. I'm an asset to Oppenheimer Group, and I think that they need to realize that because I could walk out this door any day, and I've been thinking that I might go move and live with Nick in Sweden.
Is there anything else that I need to do that I'm not doing then?
Just be overly prepared all the time.
So yeah, look at the way that he's pretty much criticizing her because I guess the biggest house that they had, the guy that was supposed to buy was supposed to show up to meet with the people, and he kind of canceled last minute. So it's kind of like wasting people's time. So her boss is saying that basically she should have let him know that he wasn't coming, so that they wouldn't they wouldn't bring the people and all that stuff. And I just felt like she wasn't able to take a critic, like being criticized in a good way. She was like, oh, Gimaka. It's basically like she took it like a personal offense when it wasn't. It was just she should have let him know. So that's all. I'm just saying, like, to me that's a little bit of a toxic behavior because it seems like she's the type of chick that doesn't want to be checked at times, you know, when she's obviously wrong. All right, so this bitch is tripping at this point. They're just kind of going back to their old beefs. Look at this shit.
I'm not gonna lie, yes, I do feel like there's a little tension.
Yeah,
I mean, my assumption is that you just don't like me. I don't know.
that's not true. I mean, I don't know you, so how could I just not like you? But I feel like at the same time of what I've seen makes me a little like resistant to trust you because when you first joined us and then Mary came to the office and she had the whole, you know, that dinner with Romaine where they talked about like their future and stuff and she was crying, you know, and you were so empathetic to her, which I thought was really sweet. But then you kind of questioned their relationship when you and I were talking. I felt like you were though, you know?
See, that's where everything's coming from because I think that's so weird that you say that. We were having a conversation, a private conversation.
Yeah.
And I was asking you questions. And then you turned it around to Mary and made it sound like I was talking bad about her. And just now you said that I wasn't. I wasn't. I was asking questions in a private situation because I didn't know.
Mm-hmm.
So I was thinking it was a cool vibe to like ask you privately.
But I also feel like the way you asked was not necessarily neutral. It was kind of like you had an opinion about it. You know?
Okay.
Like you were saying she should get a prenup.
I think everybody should be free.
I don't know that, and you don't know me either, so it's kind of like, you know, lost in translation maybe, I don't know, but it seemed like it wasn't a neutral opinion, it seemed like it was an opinion.
Right.
I don't like two-faced people, and I'm not saying you are two-faced, but it's going that direction, and I was like, oh wow,
Wow.
you were super nice to her, but then you didn't actually tell, like you were very supportive to her, so I was like, oh wow, like at least I'm like direct, you know, like.
Wow. That was a lot. Okay.
Again, at least I'm honest, you know? Like, I'd rather that than have to guess, like, where you stand.
Okay. So you think that I'm two-faced?
I didn't say that. I didn't say that. I said I'm not saying you are, but it's going that direction.
Okay. Well, I will leave it at that. I don't feel like anything I have to say past this point, you're going to change your opinion.
That's
It's very
not true.
clear that this is going the wrong way.
All right, well, I'm sorry that you feel that way, and what can we do, you know?
What can we do?
Okay. It's almost impossible to be friends with Davina. At this point, my hands are, I just give up and I see who she is and I'm just gonna do what I can to work with
her in a cordial way, but I now know that there's no mistaking. We're not friends.
Ooh, ooh, ooh. You know what? It's interesting though. That, like, she was like, I think everybody should get a prenup, but she used to be homeless. Did her husband get a prenup? Because I didn't catch that. Because he's like a successful actor, from what I saw from the show, at least. And let's not mistake this. She says she used to be an actress and she has a lot of off time. But if you think about it, this is pretty much an idea of acting job, because all these fake reality shows are basically women who want to be actresses, but they're not good enough, or they're not like famous enough to be actresses, so they put them in these freaking stupid reality shows. So let's just not get that point mistaken. You know what I'm saying?
The vibe in the office. What's going on? The weird vibe between you guys?
Nothing.
Yeah, a little bit.
Is my purse by you, Heather?
Yes.
Yes.
Are you leaving?
Yeah, I'm gonna
You
go.
are?
Yeah.
Unnecessarily dramatic.
Well, I'm just gonna go inside for 1 second. I'll see you guys.
I know, so dramatic. I just feel like, it's a weird vibe in the office.
Because Michelle's fake.
I mean, kind of,
Kind of.
Yeah, I basically said she's going down the path of being two-faced.
Yeah.
And it makes me not trust her.
It's like you say things and then you don't own up to them. Like
Right.
the dinner that we had, when I asked Michelle what she said, and she wouldn't own up to it. And I'm like, really? You were that blacked out? You don't remember what you said?
So I'm not the only person that sees this, you know what I mean?
Come on, I don't want.
Well, I'm stressed out. Sabine just like honestly, I'm still so like thrown off by what just happened. It takes me a second to even like.
I feel like you guys have like tension
She's
so
talking about it to everybody. Like everyone's gonna hate me, and I'm gonna be. I didn't even do anything.
She was very surprised that I called her that she's gone down the two-faced kind of
Yeah.
road.
I told her, I was like, Davina's straightforward, and that's what I told her.
At the end, when she kind of like called me two-faced, and I said that, I'm like, what? And she
She
goes,
said
well,
you're
I'm not
two-faced.
saying you're two-faced. I'm saying it's going.
I'm not saying you're two-faced, but you're two-faced.
She said, I'm saying it's going that way. So I just kind of like. at
Well,
that
being
point,
Bulgarian is very direct.
I just felt like I couldn't keep going back and forth with her, so I just like left. She was like, can you come with me over there? Because I feel like I don't
Yeah,
know.
I'll come with you. And why don't you just put this thing? Why don't you just put it already to rest? Like it's been.
Yeah, it's so annoying.
Yeah, it was interesting, So I was like, at least I'm like more direct.
No, I totally agree.
Hi, ladies.
Hi, guys.
Okay, guys.
What's wrong?
Davina.
Jeff,
The tension. What's going on with tension?
In an open setting, this is super awkward.
Super
I'm just gonna say, Mary and Roman, I never want anything but the best for you guys, and this is dating back a long time ago, where I was basically just asking, because everyone was so concerned. I don't know the dynamics. I was asking. I was like, well, film in a private scenario with Davina. I was asking her questions so that I could get to know where the concerns were coming from. I never expected that to come back to you in a way where it was like I was talking about you. I was asking questions.
right.
And so, apparently you thought that was me being
Which
two-faced.
is what I assumed.
Yeah, because you didn't know.
Right, and
And so that's
think
just,
people would ask
I
questions,
wasn't trying to be two-faced, I was asking questions in private setting.
Yeah, anyway, long story short, this is basically why you don't work with women. They're just taking a small, like such a small, teeny tiny, wee bit situation and stretching into this fucking monster, bro. Like it's fucking ridiculous. I don't. Yeah, I feel like women, like deep down, they all want to. They feel like they're in a drama show or something. Like they kind of feel like in this type of show all the time. They kind of try to put always some sort of drama or some sort of a thing that happened and just making it into something that was way more than what it actually was. So I don't even know if there's any point in me playing you this thing. Like you pretty much know what's gonna happen. So whatever. All right. So this thing went south. This thing went south. That's right. That's right. I'm gonna play the proof. I'm gonna play the proof. All right. All right.
my opinion, they were coming from it.
Does Romaine pay for his own share of stuff, does he?
Not much, I think.
So she pays rent.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know him super well.
And I heard he's a baker.
Yeah.
She
she's gonna do a prenup, right?
Right, but I don't know.
So I don't like the way she said, I heard he's a baker. So what, are you trying to shame bakers right now? Are you trying to shame bakers right now? Where my bakers at? Holla at me, holla at me. Let's cancel this bitch. Cancel culture is here. All the bakers. Cancel Chriselle. She said it in a condescending way. She said it in a condescending way. Come on, man. This is stupid, man.
I was asking questions so that I could form one.
I understand where you're coming from because, like, she's asked questions even at our dinner. You asked about Jason and Mary and that dynamic, and you don't know anyone. Like, we all know each other. You know, it's like a family. She's new to the family.
I'm totally open to like letting it go and talking to you guys about it, but I still feel.
What about you?
I still feel like that's my real opinion. You know, like
I'm dying to drop it. I don't want this, but I don't. Like, I feel like what the talk we just had privately escalated the whole situation because then it went to name calling. So it really like
I don't know about name calling.
Yeah, you called her Two-Face.
No, I said it's going down that path.
Which pretty much means she called you Two-Face. Like, this bitch is a fucking, like, ridiculous. I don't even know. I use ridiculous because this is pretty much the type of word that describes this whole show. Because neither one of them is actually owning up to what they said. So this one, the first bitch, she was like, I don't remember what she said, but she pretty much did remember what she said. And then this one's like, you're going down a Two-Face path or whatever the fuck. What's that supposed to mean? Like, she's pretty much calling you that, but she doesn't want to call you that. So it's a bunch of passive-aggressive, childish bullshit. And at this point, it's like, come on, we need something more for this. Like, we need some more drama in this TV show because it's on Netflix, you know.
Chriselle doesn't have a bad bone in her body. And neither do you. So I don't really know what's going on, but you guys need to hug it out.
Hold on. Because all I know is we're at the happy hour, and I asked what the situation was about. And I asked you. You said, I don't remember. I said, what did you guys talk about? I'm so confused. You said, I don't know. I made some comments about Mary and Romaine.
People are talking. I swear to God, I don't remember.
And you act like you didn't remember what you talked about. But then, you know, Davina told me in private that
I know what we talked
made
about.
some comments about him.
Ooh, got you on the lie, bitch. Got you on the lie. So say I didn't remember, but I like, yeah, I actually did remember. Which one is it? Which one is it? Check yourself before you wreck yourself. That's what I'm saying.
Like, oh shit, that's so interesting that all of a sudden, you know, that came out. So I feel like you don't own up to the things that you say, and that's where this is coming from.
Christine, when I had spoken to you, I was literally racking my brain of like, what is she bringing up that I don't even remember?
I always remember what I say. I'm like, listen, I said this, I'm sorry, like, if I can, since we're all talking about me right now,
Sometimes when we're just saying things, doing things, it's your intention.
that's the
intention are what matters.
Okay,
If you're
maybe
asking
if you're
a
fine
question,
with that, I get that.
if you're asking a question,
It's
your
own up to
intention.
what you say. Do you have like dementia? I don't know. Like own up to what you say is that's where I'm coming from.
Christine,
All
I
right.
think you're being rough for
Yeah,
this.
that's
Okay,
yeah.
you say,
I
but
feel
also
like you need a little hug right now. I think that you did. Like, I don't think that you
okay.
have
The
any.
next time I get in fights
bad
and you
intentions.
guys, I'm just gonna not remember what happened. How about that?
Fine, and I'll give you a hug.
I'm gonna be like, I don't remember. I'm not
If you did,
responsible. Everyone's gonna give you thoughts.
Like, talk to me.
Bro, this bitch is like, the more the blonde bitch that curses too much, the more you get to know her, the more you realize how much of a fucking, like, this is pretty much toxic behavior one-on-one. I don't even know if there's a better example than her. The way she talks, the way she moves, like her hands when she talks, and like when she does the eyelashes thing, she's so argumentative. That's such a fucking, like, I don't even know how to describe it. That's a fucked up behavior to have.
Just asking questions.
Guys, come on.
I have no problem.
Okay.
Okay.
Just saying. All right. Okay. Good.
You guys like are just ridiculous.
Wow.
But I'm gonna try it. We pretend like you don't remember things that we say.
She's crying.
I know.
You know I love you.
You're making fun of me. No, I'm not making fun of you. I'm just saying it's come on.
Christine,
Guys, we need to
I'm
talk
not
about
trying to be
this.
some intense scrutiny. I'm sorry. Like I'm not a kiss ass. I'm not a pushover. Like I'm not fake. Sorry.
This bitch is she's pretty much everything that she just said. Like, Oh man, the more I get to know this chick, the more I get to hate her. Like I know she like looks pretty good for whatever she is, like because I mean when you have your face twisted and all the Botox, like it pretty much you look like a different species. But just there's certain things in her behavior they're so toxic. You know, like when she does this thing with her like eyelashes and stuff, it's like she's a little girl. Like you can tell she's. I think I don't know who said it, but there was a very good saying that when women realize that they're sexually attracted to the opposite sex, they pretty much stop developing as people. And these bitches are fucking proof of that. And when I say these bitches, I don't mean that in any way to criticize them, although I am. But you know what I'm saying? Like you can tell that all of them have very self-centered, very entitled behavior, and all of them are very like drama. They're trying to like create drama for just their own like entertainment. I know this is supposed to be a reality show, but I'm pretty sure that the majority of them are probably like this in their actual lives when the cameras aren't rolling. I'm just saying.
All my tits are fake. Like I'm not fake. Sorry.
I'm trying to, I don't want to talk because I don't want to cry.
You're so mean. No, I'm not mean. That bitch is a liar. Own up to what you said. Own up to what you said. Honestly, it's bullshit.
You see that face? Oh, to what you said. Like when a bitch does this thing with her neck and her thing, you can tell she's like a diva. You can tell she's like one of those like basic down boogie. I don't know what the term was. Boogie down basic bitches or whatever they call it. I mean that's I think a New York term, but you can kind of apply it to this one. It's like you're a basic hoe. Like just yeah, you own up to it. You know. Well, I think you guys need to leave me some. They live in Sunset, so please, if you know any shrinks, any people, just leave it for the blonde cursing bitch. I think that's pretty much it. Blonde cursing bitch. Drop links to I think people that she should go see because I think she has a problem. And to be quite honest with you, I think this is some passive aggressive shit because whatever that chick was. She stole her client, you know, where they were like battling for the same client, and because she's the new girl, but she took her client, so she's pretty much using this to kind of get back at her. So you can tell she's that shady bitch, you know, that shady bitch.
But I don't stand for that shit. It's just too much.
Honey, don't take it that seriously. Don't take it that seriously. Seriously. Don't take it that seriously. No?
Are you okay?
It's too much.
Yeah, it was way
It's
too
too
much. It was way
much.
too much.
Honestly, like how pathetic is she?
Unnecessarily dramatic.
So pathetic.
Chriselle, come here for a sec. I just don't want you to be hurt by Christine. I think Christine was a bit rough.
Crazy night. Wow. At the end of the day, like, I feel like at that dinner, you conveniently.
This isn't about making points right now.
Can you stop? I'm trying to make.
I know, but you made your point, trust me.
Can I reiterate? You get off my back.
I always own up to my stuff. If in the moment I didn't know exactly.
You know, I just wanted to make a quick point here. You know, I noticed that in this whole show, the guy, like all of his workers are women. So basically, the twin brothers, they have the group for real estate, and everybody they employ are women. Why do you think that is? Because that's very interesting to me. Because the majority of times, if you're a guy, you probably would hire other guys. But in this situation, it's only women. Do you think it's like an alpha thing? Like the two brothers don't want there to be any other guys because they may exhibit more like alpha male alpha male strategies. Shout out to alpha male strategies, alpha male like thing, you know. So I think that might be another thing. But if you see this toxic behavior, I'm like, it's pretty much the same, if not worse, to have a bunch of women do this shit. Oh, I'm pretty sure they probably do this constantly. Just take a small thing and then blowing it out of proportions. Anyways.
Now I've already talked to Mary. I told her everything I said. I don't own up to everything I said.
I understand that. We came back from the bathroom, Maya and I, and we had asked you what you guys were talking about. And you said, I don't remember. I just said stuff about Mary or me. Remember, Christine. It makes you sound like you're
Also,
two-faced.
I don't have to tell you what I said if I don't
It makes you
feel like.
sound like you're two-faced when you don't own up to the shit that you say. Do you understand where I'm coming from? When I ask you, what did you say?
Don't yell at me.
When I ask you, what did you say? When you don't own up to what you said, it makes you look like a crazy
If you
person.
keep yelling at me,
You said,
I'm not
I
gonna
don't
listen to you.
remember. I always own up to what I say. I said, yeah, I said this. So what?
So you see, this is the problem that I have with this one. She says that she owns up to what she says, but she continues to say outlandish and crazy shit, and then like just because you own up to it, that doesn't make it right. Like that's pretty much what a narcissistic person does. She takes zero accountability for how she behaves. So she's constantly making this sort of argumentative points, and she's always taking a jab at people, and then she's like, oh, I said that, I'm sorry, but that doesn't make it right. That doesn't mean you should continue doing this. So I feel like at this point, I mean, all of them are kind of crazy. I mean, you know that, this type of show is not for actually healthy people, like emotionally healthy people, but it just seems so funny to me.
Yeah, I said all that.
I've talked to Mary about what I said.
But when I asked you at the dinner, you conveniently didn't remember. You understand the difference, right? Or do you still have dementia?
Christine, but with everything behind.
I mean, come on. Yeah, no rebuttal because I'm right.
Shit.
See, this is enough. I'm leaving. Don't do this again to me.
Yeah, man. I mean, to be quite honest, I thought she was gonna brawl out or some shit. I thought she was gonna punch her in the face. I thought that was gonna be better TV. Come on, we waited for this shit like 5-6 episodes, or I don't even know what episode this is. But this is fun, man. This is fun. I actually get to enjoy the reality shows more now because I get to see them through a red pill lens. So you get to see, like the bad behavior, the psychotic behavior, the toxic femininity, because nobody addresses that. Everybody constantly talks about toxic masculinity and all. So I think this is very interesting. I think this should be, actually, all these shows should be studied. They should be studied, especially for young men, like for you to know this type of women and kind of be able to see them from afar and kind of dodge them at all costs. That's very important. So that's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say.
Seriously, that bitch should want a sunglass hat because she's so shady. Yeah, she's so shady.
You don't say.
It's my best friend.
Even the girl that they were actually, the whole thing was about, she was like, all right, whatever. Like, I don't want to get into this with you. Like, this woman is the perfect example. You can tell that she's the type of chick that gets a bunch of dudes on Tinder and everybody treats her like a princess and all that stuff. And that's a very entitled behavior. And that's pretty much what I do all these videos for, is to show you that behavior and tell you, guys, don't be such fucking bitch ass, you know the word, don't be such bitch ass, people. Just check them. She's never been checked in her life. No one's ever said, stop being like this. I think she needs Donovan Sharp. Like, Donovan, if you're watching this, you need to do a deeper dive into this. Pretty much, I think you should probably become her shrink. You should just go, what up, basic bitch?
Thank you for such a great year. You guys certainly earned this.
I think it's cool to see yourself in Sunset Plaza. It's the main street, and you see all these like big billboards for like big TV shows and all that stuff. And all of a sudden, us up there, and I appreciate that he chose to spend his money not just on book collections, but also on like a billboard for us.
Yeah, because that's what bitches need. More attention. More attention. Yep. Yep.
Where is Christian?
Oh, yeah, where's Krisha? Yeah, where is
I
she?
don't know.
Is she
I don't
coming?
know. Hopefully she'll show up, yeah.
Well, has anyone talked to her and no today?
Did
No.
you get a chance to talk to her after the...
No, I mean, she blocked me. I tried to apologize after the party and she blocked me. And then she blocked me.
Wow, can you imagine? Can you imagine she blocked you because she didn't like your negative energy? Wow, can you imagine it? Fucking stupid, man.
I have no way of apologizing.
Alright.
At the end of the day, I tried to call her because I did want to apologize for my delivery. And I know that I was drinking and things were heated.
I'm not used to blindsiding.
Well, she's not used to you. We're in a family environment,
Yeah,
so...
I think so too.
Look at this nigga. Don't make excuses for her. This is the problem. She pretty much repeats the exactly same vicious cycle over and over again. She keeps making stupid ass shit stuff and saying like super argumentative and shitty stuff to people, and then she says like, I need to apologize to you. Well, at a certain point, people are not gonna care about your apologies because they know you're just gonna do it again. No, this bitch, like I don't even think I can, like, if this bitch did that to me, I block her, I delete her number, I don't even address her, I ghost her. Ghost mode. That's what Crucial, whatever her name was, should do. Ghost this bitch. This type of this type of behavior needs to really be checked, man. I'm telling you. And if you're a guy doing the same thing, go ahead, but I dare you to tell me that I'm wrong about this one. I dare you.
I'm newer to the group too, you know, and I'm a little more direct as well. And so I had a similar conversation with her, but ours was just more calm, you know. I wasn't, so drunk either.
Yeah, so basically she was more passive aggressive. She wasn't, you know, as loud, you know, as the blonde cursing bitch. I should learn their names.
I'd love to give you a hug. You don't have to give me a hug, but I'd love to. Hi, how are you? I'd love to give you a hug.
Wow! Did you see that hug, bro? Did you see that? It's like she had knives on her. Like that's how it felt. Like if I felt it. I felt it.
Call you after Kushal I'm talking to. I did try to call you after and apologize about my delivery. I know it was extremely strong. And I tried to apologize about me genuinely apologizing. And as I tried to do the night that it happened, but you blocked me.
I didn't block you. I've been through a lot in my life, and I think it would take a lot more than Christine to bully me out of a good situation that I worked really hard to get to.
This is a great moment, like we're celebrating a good time.
Yeah, listen, we are. Let's remember, we're here to. Get you some like Christine said, we're here to celebrate. Yeah.
We tried.
I've tackled bigger bullies than her in the past, and this one won't be any different.
Yeah, man. I think she pretty much handled the situation the right way. I think, yeah, just ghost her. Yeah, I think if you continue to like, because the thing is, if you address her from now on, she's just gonna continue to do the same thing. She's just gonna do shitty things, say shitty things, and then just say, yeah, I wanted to apologize. To be in a weird way, like she's so fake though. I mean, I think the blonde cursing bitch, she's the fakest one. Because I mean, this one is like all of them are fake in different ways. You know, some are more subtle, some are. This one is probably the most like. I don't think she's gonna find herself a boyfriend or husband anytime soon, man. Like, she pretty much dodged the guy that made a lot of money, the tech company guy. He's acted like super nice around her, and I guess that was his problem. You know, he was a douchebag. He probably nailed her, but yeah, man, it just it's painful to see. It really is. That's it. Alright guys, that was it for season 1 from Setting Sunset. Made a lot of points, a lot of short videos. I know it wasn't in the most professional format, but I felt like I kind of wanted to do it as a thing on the whim. You know, I kind of wanted to do it as a more, you know, not that much of an official, you know, thing. So, yeah. This is pretty much a reality TV show. I honestly thought this was going to be about like people showing you different properties, and then you just get to like see, because I'm pretty interested in interior design and stuff like that. I was like, there are indeed some good houses, but it's pretty much about these women and the firm rather than the actual houses. So I don't know, it just seems like they're just pretty much doing another like a derivative thing from the Housewives of whatever. And yeah, let's I binge watched the whole thing, you know, so I'm gonna start the second season and see how it goes. Maybe I'll put that in a different video, just so, you know, I work with the algorithm a little bit more. Yeah, that's it from me. Sensei out.